The Chevelle was the U.S. auto industry's only all-new car for 1964, with models turned out in August of '63 as 64s to fill the gap between the small Chevy 2 and the full-size Chevrolet. The mid-size Chevelle was an instant success. I believe this one was turned out in Oshawa. I met George for the first time at the Ream show in LaSalle, and we talked again at the Manning Road Cruise. What a fun summer we had, everyone hanging out having fun. George bought this car for his son to go to school, but the son had no interest in cars, engines, or anything automobile, so George took over to make it what it is today. The previous owner from Glencoe did a 3-year frame-off on this Chevelle, and George did another 3-year frame-off to make sure everything was perfect, right down to the gapping. A main feature of this Malibu is the small block 427 engine, but it didn't start out that way.
This come with a 283 two-barrel motor originally.
A lot of work went into this motor.
It's a Motown racing block, which you can go bigger, and we stroked it. It's 3.875 stroke on it, and it's that. When we had to bring it out another 15 thou, and it's a diamond hole in the block, a few more options, and bigger rockers, new airflow resource heads, and we turned it into a hydraulic roller motor instead of a solid roller motor, so it runs a lot smoother now.
It turns out about 650 horsepower, and George says it's a straight line car.
I have drag radial tires on the back, otherwise it wouldn't be safe to drive. I've done a lot of work on the suspension at the back, and I've even engineered my own rubber mount for the Hellwig sway bar on the back, and rechanged the angle on it, and this car goes straight. And the tires will hold it till it'll hold them. Not from a standstill, but from say 20 mile an hour on or 10 mile an hour on, it'll hold it. It's pretty deadly though. You got to pay attention. It gets to 6,000 really quick.
George says he took it out once to Windsor Weekend at Grand Bend just to see what it would do, and it turned 10.75 in the quarter. There's plenty of punch in this Chevelle, converted from a Malibu to a Malibu SS.
There used to be a chrome down the side of the car, but the other guy had put plastic silicone chrome. I had all the holes welded in, so there's no chrome on the side, and just to give it a cleaner look, and that really cleaned up the look of the car.
The transmission is a 350 turbo, highly modified with 2 extra clutches to handle the horsepower. This Malibu SS is fitted out with 3-inch dual stainless exhausts from front to back. The hood was custom made in Northern Ontario. It's called a HAL induction system, where air from the windshield is rammed back into the engine compartment after 30 miles an hour to boost horsepower. George's Malibu may be a mover, but that's no reason to do away with comfort. Seats are all custom. George changed these out twice to get what he wanted. George loves cars. It may be part of a family tradition.
I have a brother that's a drag racer. He's a bad influence on me.
As for inspirations,
I would get ideas from the drag racing world to what I could do to make things better.
That's the story of George's first year 1964 Chevelle Malibu SS. What a car. Thanks, George. And thanks to you for viewing. You know, these videos are for sharing, so pass them around. Stay well, and we'll see you in the spring at the car shows and cruise nights.